Breaking news. Israel says deadly airstrike was, quote, a regrettable mistake, but, quote, we will not apologize. Israel admits airstrike that killed 86 people at Gaza refugee camp was a regrettable mistake. The strike on the Magazi camp in central Gaza on the 24th was one of the bloodiest of the conflict so far. Many of the dead included women and children. An airstrike that killed 86 people at a Gaza refugee camp was a regrettable mistake, an Israeli government spokesperson has admitted. Ilan Levy told us the incident at the Magazi site on December 24th was down to the use of an incorrect munition and should not have happened. But he refused to apologize for the loss of life despite being pressed several times by a presenter. We will not apologize for waging this campaign to bring the Hamas terror regime to justice, he said. Mr. Levy was confirming Israeli media reports that the Israel Defense Forces had admitted using the wrong munition, but said he did not know what type was used. Any civilian deaths are regrettable, he said, but stressed that in war, it is inevitable that mistakes will be made. Mr. Levy reiterated that Israel's war against Hamas would continue until the regime surrenders and releases the remaining hostages its militants took during its attack on 7 October. The strike on the Magazi camp was one of the bloodiest of the conflict so far. Footage taken of the aftermath showed massive destruction, bodies dragged from beneath the rubble, and the shrapnel-scarred faces of children in hospital. Many of the dead included women and children. The total number of people killed was reported by the UN, which Mr. Levy has accused of, quote, funneling civilians into, quote, Hamas strongholds rather than areas Israel has designated as safe. Israel has accused Hamas of using schools and hospitals to hide behind civilians, putting them in harm's way. But the Magazi strike, which the IDF has pledged to learn lessons from, has added to criticism of Israel's conduct. The UN human rights group said civilians are not being adequately protected with Hamas health officials, claiming more than 21,100 people have been killed in Gaza since the war began. Even in areas where Israel has told Gazans to move to for safety, attacks are taking place. Mr. Levy insisted the Magazi strike was an exception to the rule Israel does everything possible to protect civilians. We want civilians to go to areas where they can be protected. We do not want them inside Hamas strongholds, he finished with.